What a difference a day made. 24 little hours. How's everybody getting on? My word. Oh, I'm slobbering and everything. I've just done a little warm up there, you know, as one does. Right. Need to take it easy at my age, as they say. Right. Oh, God. It's back with me again, you know. The devil. Right. I woke up full of fun and laughter and games. Right. But don't you find that these challenges are coming more and more quickly? Yes, and what can we do? The only thing we can do is chuckle and apply our considerable talents to overcoming these challenges, you know. And the big stuff's easy, isn't it? You can easily deal with the big stuff, you know, like the atomic bombs and the nuclear explosions. We can sort that out, no problem. It's the small things, isn't it? It's the termites that ceaselessly devour any chance of peace of mind. So what can you do? You can only sink deep, get in touch with that inner chuckle and smile it away. Because you know, don't you, that it's a setup, that you've been set up in order to sink deep, tap into your innate resourcefulness and use those skills and attributes and talents, and don't hide those talents under bushels now, right? Is to get in there, find out what's strong in you and not what's wrong with you, and use those things, physical, emotional and mental capacities, to dig yourself out of the hole that you put yourself in. Because the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. And who can you trust these days? Who can you trust? Because words, not only are they often obfuscating, but sometimes they can be very alluring. Is that the word? Very, very tempting. So I think what's going on now, oh, so lovely here. Hello chaps, how you doing? Let's say. What have you got to say today? Nothing? Hey. Now this morning, there is an absolutely and utterly beautiful blue sky. There's not a cloud, whether natural or artificial, in sight. And today is Birkenhead Park Run's 10th anniversary. Isn't that marvellous? You know, these park runs, you know, they go on across the globe really, and they're run by volunteers, they're free of charge, and it's basically about people of all sorts of different abilities getting together and having a bit of a wobble around 3.1 miles, which is 5k, you know. And you just sort of, you find your level, and you sort of find people at the same level, a bit like living really, you know, and you just become friends, even though you mightn't even know their names, you know, just the nod, that sort of knowing nod, and that sort of little thing, well, it's in me anyway to say I'm going to beat you this week. I've got a few targets, right, that I keep my eye on, right, and I just slowly but surely, gradually edge my way to getting past them, right? And I always hold a bit in reserve just for that final sprint, right? So yeah, we've allowed ourselves to be duped. There's no doubt about it that we're being poisoned on purpose. There's no conspiracy theories left because they've all come true, right? And that's the thing about paradigm shift, isn't it? There are great astronomical, astrological changes take place, right, in the solar system and in the universe, which are impacting upon the way our Mother Earth is working. And because we're on Mother Earth, it's impacting upon us as well. So it's all about energy, frequency, vibration. So get stuck in, right? We've got to clean up our own act and start first, and really rediscover our sovereignty. And sovereignty means that you... Look at that. As soon as I started saying some words, I got cut off. Now, if one was any sort of a sensitive, one could be paranoid about these things. But, you know, I'm not, you know. Why do you want to listen to him? He's been hospitalised 3 times. He's schizophrenic. He was locked up for his own safety and for the safety of those around him. He's just a recovering drunkard. So that's where I'm up to at the moment. I feel so full of joy. And it's almost as if when you're free of fear, more and more information comes in from various places. And I think what's the only measure that you're doing it right is if you feel healthy, you're flowing, you're helpful, right, and you're not doing anybody any harm, you know. I think this is a time of redeeming ourselves. That's what I feel anyway. And I think the whole of the human race has got opportunities now. Definitely somebody's listening in. The lampposts are listening to me. The walls have eyes. Oh God. What's that white van coming? Oh, there's people coming here in white coats. I'll have to run. I can run faster than them. So yeah, it's all about really is just stop, sit down, have a real big look around and feel into who you can trust. Because this, essentially, in my view, and I could always be wrong, is about discernment. It's not about... The word of the moment seems to be mimicking or mimicry. Is why do you want to model yourself on anybody else? Right? Why don't you just sink deep and allow that innate spirit, if you like, to move you in the right direction that's in line with your own deeper soul's purpose. Look, I go into these moments where I'm having a laugh and then suddenly it all becomes all sorts of serious, seriously light-hearted. So there you go. I've been back in touch with my mate Eli, who couldn't make it the other night for a good reason, but I'm going to have a talk to him. This is Eli of Shine Seminars. You know, I'll be going down there in a few weeks' time at the time of the Lion's Gate. Yeah, definitely getting sort of listened to. But, you know, not to worry. What can you do? To thine own self be true. Don't be true to anybody else's self, otherwise you're living somebody else's life. Just tune into who you are and work from there. How do you do that? Just sit. You know, do that breathing, bring in a nice lovely feeling and breathe it in and out very slowly. Make sure that your in-breath and your out-breath are the same length and something magic will happen. You will be introduced and reintroduced to deeper or higher levels of understanding. See? Who knows? So, yeah, all roads lead to yoga. I'm seeing that clearly now. Physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, just become aware of your breathing, because then that will lead you back to your physicality. Because in one way, this is about embodying light. But how do we embody light? We get out of the way and we allow the light to basically infiltrate all our cells. And then we become shining beacons of health, well-being and happiness. Indeed, what a difference a day makes. So, you know, caput means head. And capitalism is driven from the head. And basically it's egomania, right, that's caused us to be in this situation that we're in now, generally speaking. So is it the end of capitalism? Not at all. If you want to look up a both and approach, it means that everybody benefits. You know, you can't have one without the other. Masculine, feminine, yin, yang, black, white. There needs to be a merger in these emergency times. So on that note now, I'm going. Do you know what? I love this place here. I just love it. And all my crow friends. Odin. I'm more inclined towards Thor for some reason. You know, the change from a warrior to a warrior. You know, all those, right? Not what's the matter with you, right, but what matters to you. You know, all those glib little phrases that I say I won't use, but I think they're great, some of them. Anyway, on that note, right, lots and lots of love to you all. I'm going. Bye-bye.